Hello, Planet Zooers. I hope you're having a great day. It's Mathletee here. I've got my Memphis Zoo Entrance. It is available on the workshop. So let's go ahead and get it placed. You've got a little view of what it looks like. It does have some guides. You do have to make sure that it's a little further away from the actual edge of the zoo. It's trying to redo the terrain, even though I had flattened it here. When I place it, I can see that right here, I need to reflatten it. Let's get rid of the habitat gate first. So I'm going to select it and just delete the whole thing. You can use the circle, it'll grab everything. And then I'm just using the biggest terrain flattened to foundation I can. And setting this one up is pretty easy compared to the Houston Zoo. It's all grid pathing. So right there, you want to avoid, it's up to you, but I like to avoid the areas where the statues are. So I could see how if I had pathed, it would allow guests to walk through my statues. Right now I do have flattened terrain on, just in case there's any areas that aren't gonna let me put this in. And I could see over there near that one side on the left, it didn't want to let me path, but it doesn't matter. I don't need them to go over there anyway. So I just avoid the statues, and then I'm gonna go back and put in some cross paths once I get these 3 sections fully done. And I did speed this up. It's really boring to watch in normal speed. And so I'm still using grid path. We're gonna come around to the back side, go ahead and path in here. And if you look at the instructions that are on the signs, it will warn you not to go underneath this middle water feature here. So stay on the outside, because we're gonna put a glass barrier there and some water. And coming around to the back to allow them to get around the monolith. And we're done in here. So you can grid path this from here if you like I did, or you can do it as the instructions say, which is pick one of these vendors in here and grid out from there. And then you can actually put in 2 separate paths through the split doors. So I was looking at the instructions because I noticed when I was in the gift shop, I was having a little trouble. So I'm finding one of the gift shops, which is hiding behind the walls. There's 3 of them in here. And I'm following along outside, avoiding certain areas. I did put trash cans. You can see me checking right here. But I am avoiding the middle section. I'm going to put in a path right here that is not gridded so that they can walk through. But first I need to go this direction so that they cannot walk through the wall there. And if you don't mind them walking through walls, then you can grid it all the way through. But I really wanted to keep guests from walking through areas that I felt they shouldn't. And I do know that that little kiosk right there in the middle is kind of comically large. I haven't gone back to fix it. I downloaded that from the workshop. I really like it, but it is rather tall compared to the guests. And then right here, I have the game on pause. So when you press unpause, it will bring those rollers up and you'll be able to see the ticket booth design on the front of those vendors. So now I'm doing staff pathing. So you do have facilities to the left. And right here I decided to go back and finish the grid and then just do the staff path inside on the left and the right. And I did put labels on each building so you know where everything is. This right here is just a little space that I created. I have no idea what's really in there. I just decorated it. I put a path in. If you hit control, then that will keep the path from connecting to areas you do not want it to. And right here I realized I had it on length of 2, and that kind of explains why it was being a little bit wonkier than normal. And then here, I'm just looking around until it connects. I don't really care how it connected. There's a floor to cover it. And I do have 90-degree angle turned on in here. And I also used Z right there to get the path to connect it a specific way. Instead of going straight through, it will create 90-degree angle junctions. For the stairs, I started in the middle and went down. I tried going from the middle and up, but it was a little weird, so I'm going to take it out. Start up here like I did in the middle, and then come down. And the camera is sending me in a Neverland. You can put that one there if you want. It will leave a curve in the wall. You can leave it turned if you like, however you want to do it. And then connecting that little facility in. And then there's two staff buildings right here. And then I put one going outside. There is in the actual zoo a big cat exhibit right behind, so coming out that way. So this is just a quick overview of where everything is and how I pathed it. If you have any questions, do let me know. Right here, I tried coming in from that angle, and then there's the staff rest area, and I was struggling, so I'm going to change views, but I do have to remove path and try it again. I remember this being difficult when I designed it so that I could get the paths to go where I wanted, in the direction I wanted, inside the buildings. It took a couple of tries, so right there it's not letting me, so I'm going to take out that middle piece and see if I can get it to work here. And it looks like I got it, so I'm just double checking. And here we are with the water feature. I just put in a glass barrier, and then I'm grabbing that arrow at the bottom to extend the corners out, so I only have 4 posts. You can always change the length as well. When you're close to pass and it turns red, you just need to nudge it back some. It took me a couple of tries to get that last one in the right spot to where it would connect, and there it goes. And this just holds a little bit of water, so you can go ahead and bring the barrier down. I was trying to get a different level, but it would only give me those 2 options. If you want it to be a little deeper, you could always try pushing the terrain down right here and then putting in a barrier. So if you have the career mode rhino, which I do, you can replace that rhino with that one, or you can just delete the sign and leave that rhino there. So I'm going to get my reward rhino. I'm going to use the concrete one, I think that's concrete. Not sure which one it is. And you can place them right there however you like. Now I'm coming back to delete all the instructions. Double check that these instructions are not attached to anything. So that one says total objects 424. So I'm going to actually go into the group to delete that one. So I'm just checking each time. So I tried to highlight them. I can see it's highlighting all that floor right there. So I'm going to go into the group and delete them one by one, just to make sure I'm not deleting anything else, because some of those are attached to different floors. And there we go. All right, so here we are at our entrance using the Tegid cam. It's not an exact replica. I just tried to get the essence and feel. So I did some of the bigger things. The scale's really hard to get in the game with pieces. So just having a little walk along our edge here. They do have gates that roll in and out. Oh, I see some random pieces that I left behind. That's kind of funny. I was probably using them to make a decision about what I was going to use and forgot to delete them. And here we are, kind of in the corner. You can see the monolith. Let's go check out the staff areas first and speed up to get in there. So I don't really know what's in here. I just, oh man, I got stuck on a tree. So I deleted that tree. It wasn't even supposed to be there. There we go. So anyway, I don't know what's in these buildings over here. Google Earth would not go in there, and I don't live in Memphis. I live in Houston area. So up here we have the vet surgery, and then you have research and a workshop. And so I'll come out, and it spits you out kind of at the front. I ran out of room, so we'll go into this entrance for staff. Oh, but from there, there is that sign, and it is actually right there in the zoo. So I thought I'd take a second to show you. So there's your trade center, a power source over here, and a staff room. I got stuck again, so we are back in our center plaza near the water feature, which is comically large. One of my favorite things to do. This time it's my fault. I'm gonna leave it that way though. And in through here we go. That door just kind of is there for looks. It was there in the images, but I didn't want to cut the inside off right there. So over here we have more staffing. So you saw me path it. Looks like I didn't put a wall right there, or it didn't make it in the blueprint. Sometimes that happens. So there's that keeper hut and a staff spot for these employees here. And the seating I got off the workshop too. If you go to the Steam item, I do link all the workshop items. So there's those comically large center shopping areas, and there's a vendor there, and you can see that one's ledge. There's a vendor there, and there is a second one on that wall to the right, kind of in the back. And going around the monolith, this is what I call my test zoo. So it's a little different from the blueprint zoo. I didn't want to put another entrance in that zoo. It was already kind of full. And there we go. So there's everything for this build. And there they are, buying tickets, quote unquote. I love making it that way. It's so cute. And all of the graphics I did get from the Memphis Zoo website. There's a Dropbox in the Steam workshop that you can get them from. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe for more. May the RNG odds be ever in your favor.